intercepted. Someone named Olivia Mott. Sun controlled the opening tip. As for Connecticut's inactives, Snow and Isamaro out due to personal reasons. Still no Nafisa Collier for the Lynx. Griner is defended by Williams. There is a size disadvantage, and in and out. Griner cannot hit, and the ball belongs to Connecticut. Under second-year head coach Rashid Mezian spoke very highly of the Minnesota Lynx. We need to be disciplined against this team. They feast in transition.
And you mentioned the size, Brendan, and that's what Connecticut really needs to use. This Minnesota Lynx leads the league in rebounding.
Lacan deposits for 2, and Connecticut scores first. Layla Lacan, second-year guard from France, has scored in double figures in 7 consecutive games. Quick trigger by McBride, the sniper who ranks 5th all-time, and 3-pointers made is off at her first try.
Now, the Lynx don't take a ton of threes. The majority of their scoring comes from inside the paint, but they are efficient when they do so.
#1 defensive rating in the league, #3 in offensive rating. Fast break, Williams the bounce, Howard the lay, and she's fouled. WNBA All-Star starter Natasha Howard, first nod in her career under Cheryl Reeve, 4-time champion with the Minnesota Lynx in season number 17 with the organization. Just earned Coach of the Month for the month of June.
3-time WNBA Coach of the Year. I mean, her resume is just tremendous. And has Eric Thibault right there on the bench.
Mike's son, formerly of the Mystics, of course. Eric was the head coach there for a handful of seasons. You look at Cheryl, second longest active tenure by any head coach by a major U.S. pro sports league. Only trails the Miami Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra.
It's a good person to trail.
Pretty good. Minnesota evens the score at the stripe. Howard takes care of business. Nelson Adota had a strong month of June, is followed by Nia Coffey.
And what you'll see from Connecticut Sun, they're very intentional about getting the ball on the inside, especially with Brittany Griner. 50% of their points come from inside the paint. And sure, we've talked about that. Paint protection needs to be at a premium.
Last time out for Minnesota. Just 3 to fire, corner pocket. Lacan knocks down a 3, has all 5 Connecticut points.
Layla Lacan's been 25% from the 3-point line this season, so that's a shot she's continually trying to develop throughout the year.
It's 2 for 4 against Dallas on Thursday. A loss for the Sun by 3. Coffey cannot answer. Offensive rebound, Caldwell. Outlet to Williams, 3 in the air. Tracks down her own miss. Williams this time inside the line. This is the float.
Connecticut needs to box out and keep them to a 1 and done. Minnesota Lynx leads the league in second chance points.
Lynx 0 for 4 from the floor. 0 for 3 from deep. Griner the catch and scoop in for 2.
And that was a beautiful pass from Charlize Ledger-Walker, and that's the high IQ you see from her, just being able to find the angles to get that pass in.
Brittany Griner, one of 6 active players in the league with 6,000 points or more. 17th all-time in scoring. Caldwell is stuck in mud. Williams to the rescue. Tight ropes the baseline, reverses it up and in.
Courtney Williams, the 3-level scorer, can just get to anywhere on the floor. She's quick, she's fast, she has explosiveness to her game.
First field goal for Minnesota. Nelson Adota fires and hits.
Listen, Olivia Nelson Adota has been huge and very impactful for this team. This might be the best season she's been having in her professional career.
Without a doubt. 8.5 points a game, 5 boards. This time the reverse does not drop for Williams. Diamond Miller starts in her 21st game. All games this year, Nelson Adota absorbs the contact and scores. Sun by 7, 3 minutes in.
Starts with Diamond Miller, just being able to draw 2 to her, opens up Nelson Adota.
The poise and control of Connecticut in the half court, impressive. Cheryl Reeve wants a timeout, we'll take it too. From being #1 all time in WNBA regular season wins. Minnesota was in the finals in 2024 against New York. There's Griner with the defense, a swat. And you think back, that team with Collier healthy, of course. They didn't have Miles, to be fair, but they had Bridget Carlton and Alana Smith and Jess Shepard through 20 games. In 2024, they were 14-6. They're a game better this season.
And I also think, I mean, you mentioned Olivia Miles, what she's able to do. They're empowering her to play her best basketball, especially in that pick and roll. It's just added a different dimension to this Minnesota Lynx team, and it allows the rest of her teammates to flourish with her passing abilities and what she's able to do to get down the floor.
Cheryl Reeves said after Friday's game, a loss to New York, there was cramping that Miles felt. Turns out it was not fully cramping, so they're going to do some further imaging, and best way to play. Connecticut has looked smooth in the offensive half court. Bounce pass by McBride, almost picked off, and Rivers snipes it.
The defensive assignment has been great, just that help side rotation from Rivers being able to get that steal.
Rivers turned it over. Very next sequence, first reserve in for Connecticut, McCann to the bench. Still the starting five for Minnesota. Here's McBride, stop and start, shovel with the right, and scores.
Kayla McBride, we talk about three-point shooting. She's another high-volume three-point shooter, and she takes about 7 threes per game, but she can get downhill with her quickness.
McBride playing in her 200th career game as a Lynx. Her 6th season with the organization. Leisure Walker with the breaks. Shot clock to 5 from Miller. Lob pass, Rivers touch pass, and knocked out of bounds by Natasha Howard. Multi-time all defense. What a sensational season she's had.
And that's the way to take away the inside presence. Natasha Howard, the high IQ she has, tries to front Brittany Griner just to take that look away from her.
Howard took just below max money, 2-year deal with the Lynx. Griner hoists one up and drew the foul.
You talked about, too, just the season she's had. 5 double-doubles. I mean, she covers a lot of ground in the paint with her length and size, and she's probably one of the best pick-and-roll players in this league as well.
Howard will start in the All-Star game in Chicago at the end of the month, her first ever starting 9. The All-Star game, and here comes Dorka Juha's season debut. Her first game since the 2024 WNBA Finals. Former teammate of hers at UConn, Aaliyah Edwards, says hello. Great to see Dorka back.
Must be such a special moment for Dorka Juha. Just, again, haven't played since 2024.
Crazy.
It takes a toll a little bit on you mentally.
She was ruled out all of last year. She had played full-time, year-round, for 2 consecutive seasons, then got hurt in EuroLeague playoffs in mid-April. That delayed her start to this year. Tees up a 3. Building almost blew up there. Target center, they were jacked up for that shot.
I was about to say, the rust is where. She was ready.
Entry pass intended for Burke, thrown away by Edwards. So the Sun with a couple of reserves in. Burke, Edwards, and Rivers to join Griner and Leisure Walker.
Well, the Lynx have adjusted defensively on that backside rotation, really trying to front the post and take that look away from the wings especially.
Williams hunts in the paint. Juha's featured early. Spent 3 seasons at Ohio State, 2 years under Gino Auriemma at UConn. McBride's got to go to work here. 4 on the timer. Williams inside the line, connects. The mid-range master in Courtney Williams.
The Minnesota Lynx has an early offense with pacing and spacing, and that one, they went deep into the shot clock, but Williams still able to convert.
Lynx 3 of 10 from the floor. Rivers in the mid-range spot, no good. Rebound Williams. Coach Mezian said, no matter who is on Williams, you have to navigate more ball screens tonight. That's how she runs the show. A little different from what Miles can do. Juha's rolls, lost the dribble. Edwards picks it off. Lost her tracks out of bounds. Good bid, though, by Edwards this season. Connecticut averages just over 8, 3rd in the league. Minnesota 9 on the dot, 2nd most in the W. Mia Coffey, former Northwestern standout, Minneapolis native, turning the corner, McBride, and she is fouled on the running bid. They'll get McCann.
Especially in the pick and roll, she's crafty with her handles and knows how to attack long closeouts.
Kayla McBride, a career 90% free throw shooter in her 13th season out of Notre Dame. 5-time All-Star. That includes 2 All-Star games in each of the last 2 years. Tremendous chemistry with Williams and Collier. That's the 3 they retained of their core with expansion.
And you imagine when Collier comes back to get some of that free throw attempts, because they're last in the league.
Ian Coffey with the swat 3. Edwards offensive rebound. Lays it up and in. Second chance points for Connecticut.
And Connecticut thrives in second chance opportunities as well. They're second in offensive rebounding.
It's hard to believe, but in the loss to Dallas on Thursday night, Connecticut had 11 offensive rebounds, just 6 second chance points. LeCon rises over McBride. Clean play, and now Minnesota's got numbers. Williams at the point of attack, bounced by McBride in the pocket. Caldwell could not capitalize, just a touch pass by McBride.
You like to see that extra unselfish play from McBride.
Rivers draws a foul on the other end. Antonia Delar has checked in for Minnesota, joins Kosu as well. 2 international youngsters. Valari Kosu from Russia, Delar from Belgium. 31-year-old rookie, played for Rashid Meziane on the Belgian national team at the Paris Olympics in 2024. Williams deep in the paint, floater good. Courtney Williams now has 6 points.
When you have somebody like Natasha Howard who draws a lot on the inside, it opens up Williams.
Edwards' shot is rejected. Courtney's having fun with the ball in her hands. She's used to it in years past, but her first crack at it this year with Miles out. For the first time in her pro career, a calf injury. Williams, mid-range, automatic.
The mid-range is lethal for Courtney Williams, especially when she gets to that free throw line area, going to the right side. She could go both ways.
Just spotted Olivia on the bench. She gets to watch Courtney up and close now. Not from a TV when she was in college. That's a tough 2-and-1 for Burke. A chance for 3 at this. Signed with Connecticut. 1-year deal just below max money. Provides a leadership role. Won a championship with the Liberty a few years ago. It's come on as of late shooting the long ball. Connecticut doesn't make many threes or take many, and Burke has to be the one to answer the call. There's a foul away from the ball. The emphasis of freedom of movement continues in the WNBA.
And to your point about Kennedy Burke, I mean, that three-point shot, that's something she's very capable of. She shot 41% last season. So just still trying to find that rhythm this year.
Juhas still waiting for that welcome back moment. 0 for 2 from distance. Minnesota 0 of 6 as a squad. Juhas commits the foul on the hip of Nelson Adota. Olivia Nelson Adota played with Juhas for 1 season at UConn. The Sun and BuiltSubmarines.com team up to support youth in southeastern Connecticut. For every made free throw at home this season, $20 donated to United Way Southeastern Connecticut and Naval Sea Cadets. Free throw woes continue. Connecticut is last in the league in percentage, 3 of 7 in the opening quarter.
When you look at defensively for Connecticut, they've done a good job of defending the three-point line, keeping the Lynx to 0 of 6.
Hail Mary pass is caught by Hamzova, who's getting some run. Just her 6th game played, shot clock to 5. Juhas maneuvers. Open jump shot is contested by Edwards.
I think Juhas thought she was cut off right there. When she got to the middle of the floor on the left side, she could have kept going.
Entry pass to Edwards, and 1.
Something like that. I did.
You did.
My good old days. Because, you know, I'm grown now.
I'll check YouTube
Can't move
later.
the way I used to.
Well, we know that. Williams just grazes the iron. Long rebound, LeCon, and Minnesota took the bait. Nishka Hamzova with the foul. Czech rookie. Cheryl Reeves said ahead of the game she would get an opportunity tonight. No Miles. Collier remains out. More free throws for Connecticut.
That's the area where Connecticut does a good job of getting to the free throw line, but they haven't been able to manufacture those into points, and they've struggled in that area a ton.
Sun now 5 of 10. It's unfathomable to think. They're up 9. Had 10 chances at the stripe. They've made half of them. Even without Collier. No Miles tonight. And a high-powered offense in Minnesota. 90 points per game. They've got 13 with a minute to go in the first. There's enough room for McBride. Switch.
There's the first made three for Minnesota. Just filling in up on the wing.
Backdoor LeCon misses the layup. Corralled by Coffey. Out of a cannon, Williams. McBride, right wing this time.
Those are the type of three-point shots you don't want to give up if you're Connecticut. The rhythm threes, especially Kayla McBride. She's shooting 34% from three-point line this season.
First pop at Target Center tonight. That happened fast. 2-for-1 opportunity for Connecticut. Burke fires, swish. An answer by Burke. That quells the crowd slightly.
Sure does.
Sun 2 of 3 collectively from deep. Swing it on the perimeter. Slide by Edwards, that's a foul. They're gonna count the bucket and one. Continuation for Anastasia Olarikosu. Olarikosu in her second pro year was with Minnesota last year as well, played in just 21 games. Tonight she plays game 20 of her sophomore campaign. 5 seconds for LeCon. Finds a spot, pops it, no. Rebound, Coffey at the released an update on July 1st. Collier's back at team practice activities, continues to progress as expected. No setbacks with 2 ankle injuries and 2 surgeries. Williams on the swing, connects. Courtney Williams has 11 of Minnesota's 25 points.
Well, you just see right now Connecticut playing those gaps and that extra pass, just making Connecticut be a little bit reactive. They've been able to capitalize. Joe
Reeve joked that Courtney's going to make eye contact with her throughout the night. This is what I do, not what Olivia does. Play different contrasting styles. So far, Williams has carried the load. Connecticut answered thanks to Rivers, up by 2. Bride backdoor, nothing there. Sun rotate well defensively as Miller hedges the screen. She draws the assignment of Williams. Coffey down the runway. Is touched by Nelson Adota. That is Olivia Nelson, the Lynx to 45% shooting. This is Coffey at the line. Signed a 2-year deal with the organization in free agency, having a career year, Nia Coffey. Struggled last time out against New York, but has put together a solid campaign. After 4 seasons with the Atlanta Dream, we're tied at 27. Connecticut once led by 9.
A lot of it, too, is not being able to make those free throws.
Sun 5 of 10, Minnesota 6 of 7. LeCon hunts the mid-range shot, makes it in.
Layla LeCon is just so good at using the snake dribble, being able to insert herself in the paint.
So quick, even with the ball in her hands. McBride, another. 3rd 3 from McBride already in this game.
That's where Diamond Miller just got caught defensively. She saw the backdoor cut and went with her instead of staying out.
Minnesota leads for the first time tonight. It was once 22-13 Sun.
Well, they really came back with the 3-point shooting. Yes. 4 of 10, 40% right there.
Well, Kayla hit 2 on 2 straight trips, and a 9-point lead becomes 3. Like that. Snap my finger home, for those of you wondering. I'm sure the snap makes it through the microphone.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
Good. Getting effects mic next time.
I know, but it's a valid point, and then Connecticut has been having to take the ball out of the net.
Pleasure Walker back in the ball game from the elbow. Minnesota with the ball and a lead. McBride, that snake dribble. Howard back out to her. Picked off by LeCon. Minnesota looks to get back. LeCon swerves, finds Nelson Adota, and she's fouled.
So smart from Leda Lacan. She saw she did not have a numbers advantage, so she pulls it back out, pulls the defense out of the paint, and gets it to Olivia Nelson Adota.
Fouls on the rookie, Hamzova. Nelson Adota in the act of shooting. Back to the line, 0 of 2 tonight.
And this team is just so different with Leda Lacan on the floor. For Connecticut, especially offensively, the pace is a lot faster, what they're able to do, and Nelson Adota has been huge on the inside with her presence.
First breather for Williams tonight on the Minnesota side of things. Hamzova's gonna get some run at the point. Caldwell makes the catch, spin move, fouled by Miller. That makes a lot of sense now why Cheryl Reeve brought up the rookie Hamzova to get some run. With Miles out, she moves up the depth chart as backup point guard.
Cheryl Reeve just mentioned for Hamzova, she's excited to see her in some meaningful minutes, and you're seeing her right now, especially in that point guard role without Olivia Miles.
Stand out in the Czech League this past winter. This is Caldwell at the free throw line. We've seen it across the league, not just Minnesota, but Cheryl Reeve talked about this in training camp ahead of the season. More use of the international player pool, more scouting, attention to detail that people watching closely for this current era. Gianna Neepkins gets some run. Neepkins, the Duluth, Minnesota native.
Well, too, Brendan, the CBA changes that landscape a lot.
Very much
and now
so.
It's making it worth for players overseas to come here and play.
Very good point. More international players are playing college basketball. Neepkins is blocked. Coffey with the rejection. Caldwell, the bounce. Sets her up now for a three. Offensive rebound, Lynx. Walker through the wickets, out of bounds.
We mentioned this at the beginning, but this Minnesota Lynx team leads the league in second chance opportunity points. You can't give them extra possessions. That's where they thrive. But Minnesota's so fundamentally sound. They get paint touches, the backdoor cuts, creating easy looks.
No second chance points yet tonight. Around the world, McBride missed it. Briner's size and impact. Walker in the open court. Changes speeds, bounces to Neepkins, draws the foul. They capitalize, 6 of 12 tonight at the line.
Connecticut is not afraid to go deep into their bench.
Sun just 4 and 16, back-to-back wins. 2 weeks back, Chicago and Washington. One win on the road, that was in mid-May against Seattle. Kennedy Burke, last second and one to win it. McBride this time inside the line, short rims it, and secured by Griner, who's coming off her first double-double of 2026. Nelson Adota, catch, no basket, throwing a double at whoever makes that catch in the paint, right?
Exactly.
For what it's worth, this is the thing. You're Connecticut, you're getting looks that you're getting fouled. Now you're going to get a chance to go to the line and take advantage of those chances. They're 8 of 15 at the free throw line.
Yeah, 53% from the free throw line. I mean, it's not great, especially when you're getting free opportunities and your majority of your offense is coming from finishing at the rim. Now you need to be able to convert.
Pardon me, Nelson Adota now 1 of 6 at free throw line. Howard in stride, outlet pass is picked off. Lynx turn it over for a 4th time, second steal for Lacan. Bullet pass, UCLA to UCLA, Neepkins short.
That was a great pass. You have the defense on one side of the floor overloaded, so you get an open look on the other wing.
Williams back in there. Played the first 12 minutes of the game. Lynx. Quick breather.
41%.
There's 3 turnovers for the Sun, 4 for Minnesota. That ball doesn't stick. The Twin Cities. Another turnover, though. Now 5 for the Lynx. Griner opening the paint, spin, and the touch. 4 points for BG.
Connecticut's doing a good job of forcing turnovers for Minnesota, but they've only converted 3 points off of those.
Foul downstairs. Nelson Adota. Connecticut clings to her.
Just the anticipation she has. Quick hands, quick feet, does all the little things.
McBride to the line, fouled by Leisure Walker. Layla, so often last year, was part of 9 of Connecticut's 11 wins total, would draw the assignment of the opponent's best scoring guard. You'd had plays where your eyes widen and go, whoa, could be a player.
That's no easy task, too, to play both sides of the ball at a high level.
And play some point. Even at 34, we approach the midway mark of quarter number 2. First meeting of the season between the Sun and Lynx. Griner, spin move to the left. That's easy money.
And having Griner and Nelson Adota on the floor at the same time, when Nelson Adota rises to the top of the key, that opens up Griner.
Backdoor McBride came up short. Connecticut got a hand in last minute. Nelson Adota wants a paint touch. Nothing there. Lacan zigzags in the lane. Up, no. Nelson Adota, yes.
And that's where it helps that front court, the length and size. Nelson Adota, second chance opportunity.
It's already 9 second chance points for Connecticut. We gloat about Minnesota, the Sun, a top 5 team in that category, but Williams makes it rain. Second 3 for C-Dub tonight.
And Courtney Williams just knows when to take which shot. We know her mid-range is lethal, but that 3-point shot has really opened up for her recently.
Williams making and taking the most threes per game of her career. It's her second best season from deep. In terms of percentage, she shot 46% from the game. BG's at the line, 0 for 2 tonight. The Sun and Anthem Carolina RX work to support children in Connecticut. For every and one at home, $100 donated to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater New Haven.
And what a start to the season Griner has had, who dealt with an injured rib early on. Really in and out of games, trying to build back that rhythm and momentum.
Cheryl Reeve, very impressed with Griner's output as we near the halfway mark of 2026. Says it's the best I've seen Griner play in a handful of years. Spent that 1 season with Atlanta last year and her first 11 years in Phoenix. Filthy crossover by Williams. Nowhere to go with it, though. 4 to shoot and coughed up. Burke came in for the assist, and Neepkins got the steal.
And Connecticut's doing a good job of getting these turnovers, but now they need to convert them on the other end.
6 steals. Griner is throttled on the shoulder.
And that catches it on the post.
Sun now 10 of 19 at the line. Cheryl Reeve emphasized protecting paints. Now, you don't see a ton of paint points, 20 for Connecticut of their 41, nearly half. All those free throws. And fouls right around the block.
Yeah, they haven't made layups, haven't been able to finish around the rim, but getting to the free throw line and not converting those. 11 of 20.
Williams, tough shot with the defense draped on her. Griner parachutes in for the rebound. She's got 4 boards. Sun by 4 with the ball. Leisure Walker between the leg dribble. Pulls it.
The mid-range shot has been open off the pick and roll for Connecticut because Minnesota is in a drop coverage.
7th Connecticut steal. It trickles into the hands of Uhas. Open 3 for the Lynx. They cash in. Antonia Delar knocks down the triple. That leads to a Sun timeout. First missed game of her pro career. It's a calf injury for Miles. And it's Williams of the last 2 years for Minnesota. As the orchestrator, Lacan with a heave to Rivers, way strong on the three.
So what you're seeing now for Connecticut, the skip pass three to the wings have been open because Minnesota's clogging on the drives, trying to take that away.
They will dare Connecticut to shoot from the outside. In the first half, Brendan Glashini, Dona Thaki, thanks for spending your Monday night with us. These teams will battle again on Wednesday. Williams automatic, now 16 points. A little bit of everything, the mid-range and the three ball tonight.
And what's been impressive about Courtney Williams is that her shots are coming in the flow of the offense. She's not forcing anything.
That is the first unassisted basket for Minnesota tonight. 12 of 12, buckets to assists early in the game. Offensive foul on Brittany Griner.
And that's what Cheryl Reed wants. And just, we talk about the assists. This team moves the basketball. They're patient offensively with a 5-out motion offense, read and react system that they have.
She made an astute observation, as she would. 17 years, 4 championships, 1 win away from number one all time. And no kidding, right? A good observation by a legend in the game. Juhas comes up empty, but if Olivia Miles can, to use your phrasing, that snake dribble, get to the rack and finish, you don't need to assist if the point guard can just get to the hole and score.
Especially Olivia Miles, who just has finesse to her games. She's able to use her length to finish all types of ways around the rim.
Pass was almost picked off by Olari Kosu. Griner, flick of the wrist, off the heel and in. Brittany Griner's got 11.
Brittany Griner, such a smart player. She saw Courtney Williams trying to come over for that double team, so she takes the hook shot before she could even get there.
Sun back in front. McBride has 3 triples in the first half. Shovel shot is good. That was crafty by Kayla McBride.
And when you knock down the three-point shot the way she does, they're going to play you tightly, so it opens up the drive.
So 32 of Minnesota's 44 belong to Williams and McBride. Top take, a turn of the corner by Kennedy Burke.
That's where just Minnesota has to be a little bit better defensively. Connecticut's been able to get a lot of shots off the block.
Great news for Connecticut against the #1 defensive rating in the league. The Sun are shooting 52% from the floor. Lacan draws the assignment of Williams. No, she has to work. Cleared by Nelson Adota. 2-for-1 opportunity for Connecticut. Sun look to the post. Double on Griner. Fall away and a foul. It's on Juhas. Welcome back, Dorka, for 2 tonight. You missed it. Dorka Juhas hasn't played a WNBA game since the finals in 2024.
Dorka Juhas is just somebody who runs hard in transition. She can drive, shoot the three-point shot, so it's good to see her back in the game.
Much needed front court depth. They signed Howard in free agency. You've got Collier coming back. And you lose Alana Smith and the year Jess Shepard's having. Bridget Carlton, while not a 4 or 5, can be a stretch defender, that wing spot.
Absolutely. And it'll also take some time for Juhas just to gain some of that rhythm and momentum back, but it will come.
Not many question, I think, and you said this, Minnesota would be there at the end, but as well as they've clicked in the first half of the year, given their tremendous runs each of the last 2 seasons, the finals 2 years ago, in the semis last year, just demoralizing defeats in those playoff series, and they are still a well-oiled machine. Down to 5, an ankle breaker. Rivers goes down. Juhas is free and stopped by Nelson Adota. That's a shot clock violation.
What a pass from Williams, just to stay right into the defense.
2.1 for the Sun. Lob pass out of reach. But they called a foul. Olari Kosu was holding Nelson Adota. Just a 1v1 battle. on the home run pass. Also, go to 1 of 7 at the free throw line. Entered tonight 64% this season at the free throw line. .1. McBride fires. In the 7 steals, Connecticut averages 8 per game. 7 in the first 20 minutes. Second half is underway. Sun with just 1 road win this year was on May 20th at Seattle. Minnesota 6-3 at home. Turnover on the first trip of half number 2. McCann lets the rest of the offense pour in. Nowhere to go, Williams draped on her.
The amount of times Layla LeCon has moved on the flight of the pass, just being able to anticipate and get those steals. There's been so many deflections that come from...
Up to 27 in 12 games this year.
And here's the thing about defense, it's really understanding player tendencies and understanding angles, where to be at the right time, and she puts herself in the best position to succeed defensively.
High IQ for just a 22-year-old guard. Leisure Walker off the mark, cleaned up by Nelson Adota, who has 10 points.
And then 4 of 4 for Nelson Adota. Again, she's been 2 of 8 from the free throw line, so she's been efficient around the rim. The next step is just being able to convert.
Connecticut commits a foul. That's on Leisure Walker. Touch foul to the back. Courtney Williams has the point guard duties. Oh, so familiar with that role the last 2 years. Finds McBride, knocks down a 3. 4th for McBride from deep tonight.
What makes Kayla McBride such a great shooter, she has the 1-2 step, she faces and turns to the rim, just gets squared up to the basket immediately.
LeCon with the slick bounce. Miller the jab, knifes in the paints. Foul, staying here though, 5 on the Griner. Leisure Walker, shot deflected. Somehow got it up there, spits off the iron. Williams propels the other way. Sheds the defense, fires, and knocks down the jumper. Williams has 18.
When Williams dribbles the ball and picks it up from the moment it bounces to her shooting pocket, it is quick, and that's what allows her to be so efficient in the mid-range game.
Williams and McBride trading baskets. Meanwhile, LeCon is the 3rd member of the Sun into double figures. 10 points for Layla LeCon. High ball screen, double team on Williams. Griner recovers. Coffey was open for a moment. McBride is trying to get open. Our production meeting might be a good idea. Is that you? That was you. You
Something
ball knower.
like that.
On the deck, Diamond Miller. Williams feasts on it, leads to a jump ball. Diamond Miller drafted by the Minnesota Lynx, 2nd overall in 2023.
And now she's on this Connecticut team where there's been a lot of opportunity for her, allowed her to work through her mistakes, and that's sometimes as a player mentally, that could do a lot for you when you have a longer leash, allows you to make mistakes and just build that confidence and rhythm offensively.
The timing wasn't great for Miller to land in Minnesota, because as it turns out, with the roster construction they had, they were contending. I think they snuck up on people in 23 and very much so in 24 to get all the way to the finals. Cheryl Reeve constantly said to the media, you know, folks keep sleeping on us. Miller really didn't find a rhythm. Caldwell way off on the 3, corralled by Griner. Miller had a stop last year at Dallas as well. Spent 25 games at Minnesota, 15 with the Dallas Wings. Officials trying to straighten things out with the clock. Angelica Suffren is our crew chief. The shot clock had to be corrected.
Why is it 23? Only 3 seconds on the rebound down here?
I think they're doing math
Yeah.
on the sideline.
3 seconds?
math ain't mathin', according to the WNBA all-time winningest coach, Griner. That was great execution on the inbound by Connecticut.
Really the recognition offensively to get the ball from the wing to the top of the key, because Griner had a deep seal.
Sun by 5, more points in the paint. Sun now up to 26. Howard wants to go to work, hits the brakes. Outlet to Coffey, 3 in the air, off the heel, to the rescue, Diamond Miller.
Pretty good defense to force Howard to kick the ball out.
Miller twirls, Leisure Walker the touch pass, too much mustard on it. Last touch by Nelson Adota. He's yet to score in her season debut. He's out there, and Delar checks in as well for Minnesota. Sun still with the starting 5. In quarter number 3, 6.5 to play. Howard pulls the trigger. Left it short. Offensive rebound, Lynx. Like Connecticut, a really good offensive rebounding team. Down to 5 to shoot McBride. The slip by Yuha, shovels it to Howard. Excellent offense by Minnesota.
Great job by Yuha. Did not force that one up. He gets an extra pass in there. That's the type of ball movement this Minnesota Lynx is really good at.
17 field goals, 13 assists. Lacan pedals into the paint. Power dribble by Nelson Adota. A triple team. Griner rises in. Question is, was it on the floor or in the act of shooting? Williams. Sanaya Rivers is also checked in for Connecticut. Lacan gets a breather.
And 2 players who've gotten to the line majority of the times, it's been Nelson Adota and Griner.
Brittany Griner equals her season high, 16 points. Highly productive defensively. The offense has come around. Jonah mentioned it, some injuries early in the year, including the rib. Delar with the flip. Now Williams has it. Nowhere to go. Miller hedges the screen. Delar with 3, spins in traffic. Tough shot.
That was a contested look, and Delar just gets that one off, elevates.
A mainstay of the Belgian national team since age 16. Delar, the 31-year-old rookie, has Minnesota within 2. Miller uses the ball screen, free throw line jumper, smooth. First points for Diamond Miller tonight.
And Diamond Miller has just been someone over the course of the season being a lot more confident and aggressive, and you see the full ball pressure right now.
Midway point, 3rd quarter. McBride comes with the ball off the screen. 4 triples tonight, step back. Oh, a long 2. It's true for McBride. 21 points.
Kayla McBride is one of the best at just being able to create space off the dribble.
Leisure Walker splits the defense. Brittany Griner does the rest. 18 for Griner, a new season high.
That dunker spot has been open a lot for Connecticut, especially off the pick and roll drawing too.
McBride hits the deck. Still waiting for BG's first rookie to earn a starting nod in the All-Star game. We're going on 4 years in a row. Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, and Olivia Miles. Tasha Howard also named a starter for the first time in her career on the swing pass. Lacan makes it rain. Second 3 for Layla Lacan tonight, 13 points.
A beautiful driving kick. Sanaya Rivers gets the paint touch, makes the defense collapse, leaves Layla Lacan wide open for that one.
7-point Connecticut lead with 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. McBride charges the lane. Too strong on the layup, rebound Edwards.
Now this is also a game without Anissa Morrow, who is a big contributor on the boards.
Tonight, Connecticut +1. Not a lot of rebounds in this game with the amount of free throws we've had. And makes Miller, tough fadeaway. Brought in by Kayla McBride, who has 21 points tonight. Williams right behind her with 18. Ball screen Howard, rolls to the rack, flicks it up and in. Just 6 points for Howard tonight. Her presence is so meaningful in their offense.
You like that one from Howard. She rolls to the basket, doesn't force anything up.
Connecticut shooting 52%. Lacan catch and shoot, too strong, rebound Griner. Second chance, it's Miller for three. That one's strong. Here comes Williams. In rhythm jumper, got her own miss.
You know what, those were two great looks, just in and out. Courtney Williams getting her own miss. Talk about the athleticism.
A catch there by Edwards. They swarm the paint again, and it causes a turnover. Connecticut's 8th of the night.
I love to see the duo right to her, and having Howard as the roller makes a difference.
A big part of Howard's all-star campaign. In her 13th year, Natasha Howard is shooting a career best 60% from the floor. She's also racked up 8 rebounds a game, second highest mark of her career going back to 2019. Takes the grab. Edwards attached. The flick of the wrist, this time it doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Minnesota up to 6 of those tonight as McBride found the angle and scores. 23 for Kayla McBride.
The difference has been Minnesota is putting Connecticut in a lot of pick and roll situations, so they've been able to draw two, and it's put them in rotation a lot.
Minnesota foul on Delar. Belgian rookie. Talked about this a bit tonight. Rashid Mezian, Connecticut's head coach, also the head coach of the Belgian national team, spoke highly of Antonia Delar, really good teammate, glue player. And Rashid said makes a lot of sense why Minnesota is attracted to her player type. Rivers off the mark. This is Hamzova, the feed in the paint to Howard. Beautifully in stride. That's poetry in the paint. Timeout, Connecticut.
That's the type of offense that Minnesota wants. Defense to offense, getting out in transition, and they're opportunistic when it comes out to getting out and running.
A terrific shooter, that is true, but she is creative in ways to find her shot, to your point. Her career averages 14 points a game. That number has gone up these last handful of years in a contender in Minnesota. The find by Lacan, Nelson Adota squeezing through, but it's stopped by Uhas. Nelson Adota's former teammate for 1 year at UConn. Here's McBride, drives it, and stopped by Edwards.
Great recognition by Kayla McBride. She comes off the screen, she feels the trailer on her hip. That's the sign to attack downhill. And again, if she's going right, she wants to attack the rim. If she's going to left, she's looking for that pull-up or floater.
Connecticut's 4th block of the night. First for Edwards this evening, 1-point Sun lead. McBride can't get freed up. Instead, they'll go to Howard in the paint for 2 and the foul. Minnesota leads.
Birds off guard.
Natasha Howard, a big third quarter, up to 11 points now in the game.
And in that possession, Brendan, if you're guarding Natasha Howard, you want to be sitting in the paint a little bit because that's where majority of her scoring comes from.
Howard's got 9 of her 11 in this quarter. Here's Lacan, step back jumper, short. It's loose. Lacan back into Griner, flips it and scores it. And 1. Brittany Griner, first 20-point game in the Sun uniform.
Brittany Griner on a close double, like Brittany Griner at 6'9". She is dominant in the paint. She has the ability to create high percentage shots, a very capable passer. She does a little bit of everything.
BG often compares herself to an 18-wheeler. She's got 20 tonight. Sun by 1, final minute, third quarter. McCann commits a foul. That's going to be free throws for Minnesota. There is the mentorship we've talked so much about this season that Griner brings to the table, showing McCann the way.
It's the freedom of movement, and this is something the referees have really been looking at, but if you're impeding the speed, rhythm, and balance of the offensive player, the refs will call that.
Early on, when McCann joined the team in early June, there was an adjustment period, was constantly in foul trouble that first week or so in her game repetitions, and since she has trimmed the fat on the fouls. Zova connects at the stripe. Minnesota 13 of 14 at the line. Connecticut 16 of 27, 59%. Down just one to the team with the best record in the league. Burke, Griner, turnaround jumper, it goes. Brittany Griner automatic tonight, 8 of 10 shooting, 23 points.
Brittany Griner just so quick and decisive when she catches it at the high post or the low post, but the turnaround fadeaway jumper, that one is lethal.
McBride, bounce it, Juhas, extra. Zova in the paint, outlet. Delar, missed the three. It's secured by Leisure Walker, 5 on the timer. Leisure Walker lead in, 3, got it! Charlize Leisure Walker, her first points of the night. And the Minnesota, the second best in the league. McCann deep in the paint, unable to bank it in. How do they close against this team, a team they haven't played yet this year until tonight?
Defensively, that's what's been working best for them, but also staying efficient around the rim in the paint. Continue to do what they do best.
And Juhas is on the board for the first time this season.
We talked about how Minnesota does not shoot a ton of threes, but this is a team that can get hot from the three-point line, and you don't want that to happen in this fourth quarter.
They've attempted 22 tonight, which is just a smidge over their average. Griner the spray, touch pass Leisure Walker, entry to Nelson Adota, it's coughed up. Oh no, and Nelson Adota and Williams tangled.
That was a great dig in from Courtney Williams.
4v4, Williams backtrack, sets her feet. Griner lost it out of bounds. Dorka Juhas was 0 for 3 until this big bucket.
Dorka Juhas coming back into this game, first time since 2024, getting her first three-point shot.
It's got to feel good.
Huge moment.
Mentioned the depletion of the front court with expansion. Juhas' role large this season for Minnesota to make it to the promised land. Leisure Walker, a deep ball caught by Burke. Helter-skelter, off-balance pass. It's a Sun turnover. Keep in mind, folks, also Cheryl Reeve is going for history. A win would be 380 all-time wins in the regular season. That would be #1 all-time. She's currently tied with former Sun coach Mike Tebow. Juhas is blocked by Griner. BG with block #2 tonight. Nelson Adota handles the rock. Big to big here. Griner deposits it in. 25 for Griner.
And that's one thing that Connecticut has really been using to their advantage, that front court size with Nelson Adota and Brittany Griner, having that high-low action.
72-69. There's contacts. Fouls on Griner. #4. Fans in Minnesota don't like it. Great. They're all pointing to the Jumbotron. I'm not going to say it. There's something I want to say, I'm not going to say it.
Now I want you to say it.
Well, we haven't had an official review tonight. I wasn't going to say anything that bad. Come on.
That's a great point. No wonder why the game has been going by quick.
Oh, this is bad. This is very unprofessional of us. Williams splits by. There's the jumper. Rebound Griner.
The more times you can make Minnesota go deep into the shot clock, we'll be better off.
Climbing in the paint, Leisure Walker lost it, and threw it away. Turnover.
Chance opportunity points, 14 of them. And 0 point in this fourth quarter, you really have to take care of the basketball.
Let's go, Lynx!
Here's Williams. He's doubled for a moment. Suns slide defensively. McBride, lob it, Coffey, no, Howard, missed it. Griner taps it to Nelson Adota. Lacan wants to run. Rolls out of traffic and now directs the traffic. Two high screens, uses the Nelson Adota pick. Bounce pass, backdoor to Burke and blocked by Coffey. But we have a totally fair. They're saying things under their breath about me right now. Our crew in Wisconsin is not thrilled.
But what a win here for Minnesota to get that to go their way. A clean block by Nia Coffey.
Should I say sorry?
No,
No?
we're good. We're too grown for sorries.
It might not come
Just
off
kidding.
as an authentic apology either.
Especially if you ask, if you should say
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a good point. Just 3 on the shot clock for Leisure Walker. Hoists and hits a swish over Howard.
Leisure Walker, I mean, we talked about her at the top of the key, but she has been huge for this team. Maybe she hasn't had the best scoring night, but defensively, I thought she's been everywhere on the floor.
Now, Catherine Chang did twirl her finger. They're going to look at that during the next break in the action to see if it was indeed a 3. It's counted as a 3 for now. Can Coffey answer? Short rims it. Leisure Walker tracks it down. What a big shot by Charlize Leisure Walker. 6 points tonight. All of her points from behind the arc. Nelson Adota works it in the paint. Howard sticks with it. Minnesota's got numbers here. Nelson Adota backtracks, and there you go. They find the open play.
And if you notice, when Minnesota is able to thrive offensively, it's when they force Connecticut into these turnovers and just get quick, easy offense, running some early actions.
We go under 6 minutes to play. Brittany Griner's had a big night, 25 points. Back out to Leisure Walker, unable to bank it home. Rebound number 10 for Griner. Double-double in back-to-back games.
Sometimes you just need to understand the assignment and
Take the L.
yeah.
Just don't hold that L. You can take one. Double team on Griner. No surprise there. Swing on the perimeter. Lacan gathers in the paint. Kick ball by Minnesota. Stays with the Sun. 4.1. Nope, they'll reset it because of the kickball violation. 14 on the shot clock. Into Lacan, who has 13 points. Finds room to fire. Batted against the backboard, it's still loose. Wrestled in by Williams. Pushes tempo. Williams is denied by Burke. And then Howard's shot was denied by Leisure Walker.
I also feel like Minnesota's defense has been everywhere too.
#1 defensive rating in the league. Nearly lost by Williams. Couple of backdoor cuts. Howard bounces it. Coffey's got it. Snake pass in. Nelson Adota fouls Howard. Nelson Adota.
Connecticut too is just the backdoor cuts from Minnesota. And that's where, as a player, you have to be between your person and the rim and just understanding not to overplay. And they get caught overplaying defensively because of the three-point shooting.
Just the second miss from the free throw line. Minnesota tonight.
And you see the free throw discrepancy right there. Connecticut 16 of 27 from the free throw line. I mean, this would be a different game, an extended lead for Connecticut.
The Sun took 24 of those 27 in the first half. It's a three-point game. been discussed all season long. Can this team close out games? They've been much more competitive since Lacan's arrival at the start of June. Different looks defensively here by Minnesota in the zone. Burke, floater goes. 10 points for Burke, fourth Sun in double figures.
And Kennedy Burke has been aggressive at just getting to her spots on the floor, starts with a three-point shot, sees the defense come out and goes for the drive.
Williams pounces, kick it, Juhas, extra, three ball, Delar, yes.
Big three for Delar right there, and she excels at catch and shoot threes off of relocation and transition. She's somebody who moves well without the ball too.
Griner fakes the shot, finds Miller streaking along the baseline.
That backside has hurt Minnesota a lot because right there, Diamond Miller just cuts right to the rim and nobody stops her.
Lynx turn the ball over. Rashid Mezion calls a timeout.
Teams, and she's a very capable passer.
And a key second assist of the night to Diamond Miller a few plays ago. There is Miller, shovels it to Griner. They throw a double last moment. Juhas with the stuff. First block for Dorka this season in her season debut. That's an offensive foul committed by Howard as she set the screen on Miller.
Minnesota tried to use a quick drag screen, and if you're Minnesota to stay in this game, I would keep using the pick and roll screens because Connecticut has been struggling to cover that.
Cheryl Reeves sits back. She is on the brink of history. One more win, she'd have the most all-time regular season wins. Pass picked off. Delar comes up big. Here is McBride. Trickery with the dribble. Griner defends Howard. Bounce to Williams. Lacan plays a game of chase. Williams, yes. 20 points for Courtney Williams. And we've got a 2-point game in Minneapolis.
You know, Courtney Williams loves the hesitation move. You have to stay down on her.
Another post touch for Griner. Back out to Burke. Three ball is good.
The three-point shooting isn't the best for Connecticut, but they've been able to capitalize and make them when they've needed them the most.
Massive. Second for Burke, sixth for Connecticut as a team. Up by 5. Minnesota has racked up come from behind wins. Backdoor McBride scoops it home.
All night long, the backdoor cuts have hurt Connecticut.
Lacan fakes the pass out. Skip to Leisure Walker. Outlet to Miller. On the jab, smooth with the dribble. Couldn't get the roll.
It's a good shot. You like to see the patience offensively from Connecticut. Diamond Miller doesn't force the first one and gets a good look at the rim.
Deflection. Williams has to backtrack. Still 10 to shoot for the Lynx. Juhas for 3. Loose ball. It's finally gathered by Miller. Sun with numbers. Juhas back in position. Griner pounds it, spins into a lofting lay. 27 for Griner. Timeout Lynx.
Talk to her, nice.
Minnesota has not committed a foul in this fourth quarter. They would need 2 to stop the clock. We're a long way from that. McBride chisels in the paint, floats it up, and in. That's a blocking foul. A chance for 3 at the line. Tonight, a career 90% free throw shooter. 2-point game, 90 seconds to go.
Man, you really need to take care of the ball here if you're Connecticut.
Lacan has 0 turnovers tonight. She's been careful and aggressive. They're looking for Griner inside. Instead, it's Miller. Footwork with the dribble. Miller spins, missed the layup.
That was a great move to the basket. Just did not get that one to go through.
She seemed stunned how open she was. Minnesota with the ball, down 2 with under a minute.
2 for 1 here. If you're Minnesota,
Miller thought the Sun had 1 to give. That's their second in the last 2 minutes, which means Connecticut's in the penalty. Free throws for Howard. 4 of 5 this evening.
and Minnesota also has 1 foul to give.
Yep. Those lapses in these fourth quarters have unfortunately been a key storyline to the 2026 Connecticut Sun. This is for the tie. Timeout. Sun.
At 6'9".
As you don't note, it's still a foul to give for the Lynx. Even at 84. Lacan finds Burke. Open look from deep. Knocks it down. Kennedy Burke with ice in her veins. Timeout. You can substitute if you want. Neither team does that. Miller defends the inbound. Williams is looking. Searches, finds Howard. Back to Williams, drives to the basket. Blocked by Miller. The former Lynx lottery pick with a huge stop, and it leads to a foul.
That was a big-time play.
Massive. Sun ball, Minnesota doubles Lacan. Connecticut breaks the timeline. To the Lynx foul.
They're going to have to foul eventually.
They have to foul twice to get them over the limit. They'll play this out, though. There's still a difference in the shot clock. Griner gets the catch and scores. 5-point game, 29 for Griner. Timeout, Minnesota.
Connecticut just put Minnesota in a scramble, starting with the paint touches, the kickouts, the ball movement, inside, outside, gets Brittany Griner wide open for that one. And that's where Minnesota was just a little bit reactive.
Connecticut play this straight up?
Yes, you want to play disciplined defense here.
Here's McBride. Down to 10. Deep triple, no. Rebound, Howard lays it in. 6 seconds to go.
If you're Connecticut, you're okay with that. You don't want to give up any threes, though. In a position here where they have to foul.
Got to get this in if you're the Connecticut Sun. Burke looks into Miller. Diamond Miller will go to the free throw line for the Lynx. On a miss, they'd have to hurry. Makes the second 2-possession game. Into Williams with 5. Crossover, Williams 3. It goes in off the heel. .2 left, that's the game. That's the